We were going to do a skit that involved Ethan dancing to Hips Don't Lie by Shakira, but it's 11:16 p.m. and we're too tired to film it, so let's just review the album. Hey guys, Review Cine Boys Tano here. Today we are covering Lauv. Independent singer, songwriter, and producer Lauv has been releasing music and writing for others since 2014 and has kind of quietly climbed the tops of some streaming services and their charts. I first heard him in 2017 with his hit single I Like Me Better and really enjoyed it. The really crying and string vocal synths and snappy melody all kind of came together really well, in my opinion, for a nice drop. He only kind of stayed on my radar in the following year because he didn't really release much music, and when he did, it didn't catch my attention a whole lot, though Superhero definitely did catch my attention. I thought it was probably one of his strongest cuts so far. Really enjoyable song. I never made the time to listen to the I Met You When I Was 18 project, so I decided to give this new upcoming EP a listen. I had pretty neutral expectations, I guess. I didn't really have much time to think about it. Literally drowning in homework. Please save me. Ethan, what were you thinking?
I really didn't have many expectations going to this. I hadn't really heard of him before. I'd maybe heard a few of his songs, at least one of the last tracks on this album, but I didn't associate it with this person. So I didn't really have any expectations at all.
It should be mentioned that this EP is actually the first part of an ongoing project that he's going to release later on. I think spring 2020 is the final release date for what I think I heard was 22 tracks. So it'll be interesting to follow this and see how it goes. To be truthful, I probably won't be terribly excited to listen to the upcoming parts. I feel like production-wise, I've heard him do better. His lyrical content is kind of getting a little repetitive. It's a lot of just broken relationship and I'm sad kind of stuff, which isn't always bad. In fact, I resonate often pretty strongly with some artists that typically address that kind of stuff, but it just felt a little whiny. I don't know, did you feel that way?
Yeah, whether it be the vocals or just some of the production choices, or if there was some sort of statement, it was just it came off as without really any punch or any emotional weight.
Yeah, I think Sad Forever is a good example of that. He's just kind of talking about how he doesn't want to be sad forever and wants to change, wants to wake up one day feeling better. But I just had a hard time pulling out a reason to be excited with him or have this feeling of fight along with him. Unless
the
you can
sentiments of these songs don't really match up with any of the production choices. They all just seem like they're major keys, just these really bright, bright pop tunes.
Yeah.
And a lot of the production, even I'm not necessarily mad that they did it that way. It has no depth to it. It sounds like it's very tinny, kind of washed out. There's nothing really is really clear on any of the mixes that I thought really stood out or made for a good song.
Yeah, that's where I would agree with the production. It's mostly really thin, texturally and timbrally. And a lot of the ideas that came to fill out the sound more didn't exactly give me a reason to stay. None of it was aggressively bad. I just wasn't crazy about it. It just didn't make me want to listen to the song more.
Drugs and the Internet had strong John Bellion vibes, but not as good as John Bellion.
Yeah, I think he wears his influence on his sleeve a lot, especially with the song that features Lainey. I'm assuming Lainey had a hand in the production as well because it sounded like a Lainey song. And oftentimes his vocals sounded very similar to the lead singer of Lainey. There was some kind of clickety-clackety percussion that was in I'm Lonely, and it was sort of distracting, and I don't think it contributed very well to the tone of the piece or really sounded good. Though I did think that song finished strongly with them singing together in kind of an ironic way about being alone and how sometimes we don't have to be lonely. We have someone who's there for us, but we don't really do anything to remedy the situation very well. Just kind of all over the place. There was just things that seemed a little off. I didn't really love the auto-tune on Sims. There was also a really unsatisfying drop. in that song. Again, the vocal treatment on Feelings was kind of displeasing to my ear. He like in a way that was like not. It's a weird thing to complain about, but I just didn't. Did you like the ums? Did you feel any way about them?
On which one?
Feelings.
Oh yeah, that was one of my least favorite tracks. Just
Yeah.
the ums.
The ums.
Pretty.
The ums were just so off. Lauv, come on, man.
Seems like it doesn't necessarily have a direction, which is kind of justifiable because it is just an EP. It's just a snapshot of what maybe the whole album's gonna be.
Yeah.
But there's really just not much here. I feel like he's kind of knocked off some check boxes, like drugs and the internet is like a commentary about himself, but also about our culture. And I feel like that's just like a checkbox, and it's not really contributing to anything. Or, just songs like Feeling, which are very pretty simple, lyrically simple. And also Sims is just another checkbox like, hey, let's mention the things that people played when they were kids and they'll like this song.
Yeah.
And it's more of a checkbox pop sort of EP. Not that pop is bad or anything, but just that it's catering to just getting listens and getting streams, I feel like, more than it is trying to convey something about how he's actually feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mostly just got kind of tired of a lot of the sad, melodramatic lyrics and the constant longing for, things to be done differently or whatever it was. It just didn't make me feel better or sympathetic or I don't know. I feel like it's kind of saying a lot because I enjoy sad music way more than the average person, and I just had a hard time getting on board with what he was saying. Did you have any notes about the features?
I didn't know any of the featured people,
Really?
So they didn't really stick out necessarily to me. I feel like Lainey has a pretty similar production style, so they didn't really add anything necessarily to the album. I think it was just they were there also. Do you have anything to say about them?
I think Lainey and Lauv go well together. I think they gelled. They had some chemistry. And that was probably one of my favorite tracks on the record. It had a really solid hook and a pretty dramatic build, and it came to a really solid concluding point. I hate to keep on piling on the negatives, but the song just felt like an album ender and not a beginning track. And again, it's an EP, so maybe he wasn't trying to put something together like that, but just kind of, again, added to the whole puzzling experience of the project. Another thing lyrically that I didn't super enjoy, this might be a weird thing to complain about, but a lot of the profanity felt really unnecessary. It was kind of just often an empty expression of frustration or just it was just a curse word. That was all it was. I don't know how to explain. I just think there's better ways to curse than he did. So, yeah.
Agreed. Cursing is a blessing, and we should...
I'm not putting that in either.
We should use our blessings, in a good way.
Like in PG-13 movies, you're only given one F word. You would want to use it well.
Yeah. You've got to think about constructive cursing. You've got to have some sort of purpose.
Rachel, when is the best time to cuss?
Always.
It's not helpful at all to my point.
Right.
I can't put
not
this.
like Lauv cusses.
I can't
Every
put.
time he curses, it annoys me, and I like him. So.
Dang, pretty savage, pretty brutal. You should
Don't
be.
put that in the video.
Wait, you like Lauv?
I did. I really liked his music before there was a large volume of it, and now that there's a large volume of it, it kind of.
That's exactly how I feel.
He
started-
maybe how he feels too.
I feel like he started out with a lot of potential as a new upcoming Spotify artist.
He had a fun sound.
who had a unique sound, really loyal. Like he just got like a ton of streams. He was working with other people in the industry that were good to work with, I guess. I don't know. Like he co-wrote the Cheat Code song with Demi Lovato. No
Yeah,
Promises.
He's co-written a bunch of.
Yeah, like I think he has, and he's independent too. So like, just a lot of the like his production is either like, wow, this is really good and unique, or it's like really thin and like influenced by someone else that's doing it better. So I'll definitely keep him on my radar. I'll definitely keep checking into, because I think there's a lot of potential here, like for a song here or there that's outstandingly good. But as far as like a guy who can put together a project that I will want to listen to front to back numerous times, I don't see him as that kind of guy. I think I should listen to I Met You When I Was 18. I should definitely give that a listen. Final thoughts, Ethan?
Yeah, I'm feeling how Lauv.
I'm not putting that in.
I'm sorry. Final thoughts. This album is not very good music. I think.
Can you avoid stating it objectively? That's my shtick.
I think this album is a lazy drop. Just a lazy drop of songs. And it's now on this canvas. And it's there.
Do you actually have anything to say?
I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, it didn't really seem like it had a direction. It is very, I hate to say it, but generic, predictable. I could almost like say the lyrics because I knew what was coming.
That's just skill on your part.
Yeah, I practice.
You listen really hard. You're like, ah.
Yeah, I think of rhymes all the time. They're on my mind. I didn't feel like it deserved my thoughts. It just deserved my feelings, and those were all negative.
Ethan constantly says the most brutal things.
What are your thoughts or feelings, whichever one?
I'm feeling like a 3 to a 4. Like I said, it wasn't just like overly bad or like painful to my ears. It's just kind of, just meh.
Yeah.
So,
Just
it's
this
a 3
wash of
three to 4 emotions,
Yeah.
feelings.
I have 0 to 1 feelings for this album.
Oh my gosh, the lowest one so far. It was that bad?
It didn't necessarily offend me. Oh yeah, it kind of offended me.
Offended you.
Rachel, shut up. Okay,
Yeah,
there it
0 to
is,
1.
folks. I tried to hold him back.
Hey, at least I thought Marky Bassey was better. He got a 2.
That is true. You'd rather listen to the Marky Basie album than
Oh
this?
yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Hands down.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I don't know what to do with myself now. Can we go home?
Unplug your channel.
You want to do some yoga?
Do some yoga, Ethan. Help yourself right now. Show us your best move. What do you got? No one asked you to do this. This is so unprompted.
This doesn't have a name yet, but I'm thinking. I'm so tired, and I'm so tired of that song.
I knew. It's too easy, Ethan. The best teeth in the game.
Yeah.